For years, fans of The Real Housewives of Orange County watched from the sidelines as Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson's friendship fractured right before their eyes. What began as a tight-knit bond in the iconic girls group Tres Amigas spiraled into a years-long estrangement filled with arguments, misunderstandings, and public drama. The question on everyone's mind, could these two ever truly make peace? Well, the answer might shock you. Tamra, 58, opens up about the roller coaster of emotions that defined her relationship with Vicki, 63. We've had a lot of ups and downs in our 20 years. I always say we're like sisters, she reveals. She's talking about a love-hate dynamic that only people who've shared decades of memories could understand. The arguments, the tension, the occasional silence, it all painted the perfect picture of what fans came to expect from the Real Housewives of Orange County drama. But here's the twist. It wasn't just time or nostalgia that brought them together, it was someone entirely unexpected, Teddi Mellencamp. Tamra credits Teddi for being the catalyst that encouraged her to take the first steps toward reconciliation. Sometimes it takes a neutral party to remind you of what truly matters, and in this case, it was empathy and witnessing Vicki's heart in action. Tamra explains, when Vicki reached out to Teddi and sent her a nice gift while Teddi was battling brain and lung cancer, I was like, Vicki's got a good heart. She knows what it's like when it comes to illness and challenges like that. That moment, subtle yet profound, cracked open the door to conversations that hadn't happened for years. After years without a meaningful exchange, the two Real Housewives of Orange County veterans finally sat down for an in-person reunion. Imagine sitting across from someone with whom you've shared decades of triumphs, heartbreaks, and realizing that life is too short to stay apart. Their hours-long conversation didn't focus on the show, the fights, or the gossip that had fueled headlines. Instead, it was real. They talked about their children, relationships, and the small yet significant details that remind us all of our humanity. Vicki admits that no formal apologies were exchanged. We are who we are, she says, acknowledging their differences. Her approach to life and the show is candid and unfiltered, and she makes it clear that she doesn't tolerate toxicity. I told Tamra, you guys are going into a deep, dark hole. I hate it, Vicki shares. The honesty, though blunt, was exactly what their friendship needed. Tamra agrees wholeheartedly. We don't sit there and talk about the show. We talk about our kids, our lives, our relationships, that kind of stuff. In that moment, decades of tension began to fade. It wasn't about who was right or wrong. It wasn't about drama or ratings. It was about reconnecting as human beings, as women who had weathered storms both public and private. Here's the part that might surprise fans the most. Both women knew that this reconciliation would be met with curiosity and likely criticism from the audience. I look at some of my other friends like, oh my God, I can't believe that you guys made up and why and what happened. And I don't care, Vicki says. Their friendship isn't a performance for the cameras. It's real, messy, and most importantly, theirs. Tamra adds, it's nobody's business. Honestly, it's nobody's business. These words cut deep because in an era where reality TV blurs the line between private and public life, claiming personal boundaries is rare but powerful. The reunion between Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson wasn't just a casual coffee catch-up. It was a delicate dance of emotions, memories, and truths that had been buried for years. As cameras weren't rolling, the two women were free to drop the bravado they often wore on the show. What emerged was raw honesty, and a side of their friendship that fans rarely get to see. Tamra recalls moments when she and Vicki had disagreed on the show, moments that felt personal and cutting at the time. Yet as they shared laughs, memories of past vacations, and updates about their children, Brianna, Michael, and Tamra's own family, the tension slowly melted. The women discovered that their bond, while battered by years of misunderstandings, was never completely broken. I will fight for peace, Vicki confessed. It's a statement that reveals a woman who's been through personal storms, divorces, public scrutiny, health scares, and still values the relationships that matter. And it wasn't lost on Tamra. She admitted that seeing Vicki's compassion firsthand, not as a reality TV persona but as a human being, shifted everything. The conversation wasn't without its subtle sparks. There were moments of tension when differences in personality and perspective emerged, but these moments were tempered by decades of history, shared triumphs, heartaches, and the unspoken understanding that some bonds withstand everything. Vicki's candidness about avoiding toxic dynamics resonated deeply with Tamra. They weren't aiming to be perfect friends, they were aiming to be real. Fans might assume that reconciliation required a full apology, but that wasn't the case. Both women made it clear they didn't need to rewrite history to move forward. "We are who we are," Vicki said. Their friendship wasn't about erasing the past, it was about acknowledging it and choosing to continue anyway. And here's where the story takes another twist. This reconciliation could impact the future of Real Housewives of Orange County itself. Both Tamra and Vicki hinted that their renewed bond might influence how they approach interactions on the show. Fewer confrontations, more grounded conversations, and a focus on family over spectacle. But as any reality TV fan knows, the cameras often capture moments that even the closest friendships can't predict. The question now isn't just whether they're friends again, it's whether the drama of the show will respect that peace. Tamra and Vicki also addressed fan reactions. They anticipated both excitement and skepticism. Social media, after all, thrives on drama, but the women seemed undeterred by potential backlash. "It's nobody's business," Tamra said. "It's a powerful reminder that while reality TV thrives on exposure, the reality of real life, relationships, love, forgiveness, often exists beyond the camera lens." So what does this mean for Real Housewives of Orange County fans? It's a rare glimpse into reconciliation in its purest form. No public feuds, no orchestrated confrontations, just two women reconnecting, understanding each other's hearts, and choosing to move forward. And while the cameras may eventually capture some of this renewed friendship, the true essence of their reunion belongs to them alone. In the end, the story of Tamra and Vicki is a reminder that life is messy, relationships are complicated, and forgiveness doesn't always follow a predictable path. It doesn't come with fanfare or public approval. It comes quietly, in conversations that last hours, in empathy shown at the right moment, and in the willingness to move forward without erasing the past. Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson's reconciliation is not just a headline, it's a testament to resilience, maturity, and the strength of human connection. For fans of Real Housewives of Orange County, it's a chapter that redefines what it means to heal, forgive, and embrace the bonds that truly matter, even after years of estrangement. And as the cameras roll in the next season of Real Housewives of Orange County, one thing is certain: fans will be watching closely, curious to see if history repeats itself, or if this is the beginning of a new, more peaceful era for two of reality TV's most unforgettable personalities.